Hey there, is this Harlan Foskey?
It is. Who wants to know?
Great, well, my name's Matthew Garrison. I work for an antiques dealer and collector named Wyatt Crane. We'd heard that you've got quite a large collection, and we knew we had to come check it out. I was wondering if maybe we could, negotiate a time?
I'm not interested.
That's a shame. My employer is very generous with his offers.
Well, maybe. I've got some time on Thursday.
Thursday sounds great to me. I could come by around noon. I'll have an associate with me. He's an expert on various types of antiques and eras and all that. Oh, we'll need your address.
Fine.
Thank you, Mr. Foskey. Now if I could just get that address.
So, what is Mr. Crane sending you out to look for anyway? You said this guy's a scrapper, right? Junk metal isn't usually your line of work.
I have no idea either. Mr. Crane said that I needed to check out his collection, that I'd know what I was looking for when I saw it, and that no amount was too large.
Oh, it's weird that he didn't tell you.
Mr. Crane's a weird guy, probably the weirdest, but it's not all that unusual for him to not tell me what he wants. Usually he just sends me somewhere and tells me to find something good. He's got an infinite money code or something, I guess, because he's had me pay ridiculous prices for some of the strangest shit I've ever seen. But he also sends me the biggest checks I've ever gotten.
Oh, so that's why you're always treating me to such fine dining establishments as the Urban Garden.
Hey, don't hate. This place is amazing, and they have the best mushrooms I've ever eaten. They look kind of weird, but they taste incredible.
I'm just messing with you.
I know. I do wonder what it is I'm supposed to be getting, though.
What's the weirdest thing he's ever had you buy?
So far, I'd say a fountain pen, actually. I guess it's not that weird as an object, but it's weird because of how badly Mr. Crane wanted it. Apparently, it wasn't just any pen. The guy who owned it claimed it belonged to Alistair Ravenwood. The nib was so rusted, it looked like it could crumble any second, but it was insanely sharp. It cut my finger as soon as I touched it. Mr. Crane went crazy when I told the guy he had it. He paid $20,000 for that pen.
You're kidding.
I'm not. I still can't believe he didn't even hesitate to make that offer. The guy seemed desperate to get rid of the thing. He might have sold it for $100, but Mr. Crane came out swinging.
What does he actually do? Mr. Crane, I mean. How does he have so much money?
No idea. Probably just flips this junk to super niche collectors. People pay millions for baseball cards, but you can find someone willing to buy anything if you're looking hard enough.
I guess so.
Hey, you guys. I'm so sorry for your wait. My name's Shelby. I'll be your server tonight.
Oh, hey, that's my name too.
Really? That's awesome.
It's a nice name.
I like it. Can I get you guys started something to drink?
I'll take a water and rum and Coke.
Gotcha. And for you, sir?
I'll have the same.
You got it. And are you guys ready to order?
I am if you are, babe.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I'll have the big ziti with extra mushrooms, please.
So, where'd you say we were going again?
Old man's house, guy by the name of Harlan Foskey. He's mostly a scrapper, but he says he's got a ton of junk just laying around.
Are we looking for anything specific?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, what is it?
I have no idea. Look, Mr. Crane just said I'd know it when I see it.
Right. Those are very helpful instructions.
You know how Mr. Crane is, Theo. We're always just trying to find something he might like.
So we're probably looking for something weird, right?
Definitely.
I guess we'll just find it when we get there.
We always do. Jesus, this guy really does have a ton of shit.
Yeah, man, I've never seen so much metal.
I guess that's how he makes his living. He could probably sell all this for $1 million.
Yeah, or he could build a tank out of it.
If he has half as many antiques as he has random pieces of steel in his yard, then we'll probably be here all day digging through it.
That's how it usually goes, isn't it?
Almost always. I just feel, I don't know, I feel weird about this one.
Why?
The guy, Mr. Foskey, he was hesitant to let us come through at first until I mentioned that Mr. Crane will pay anything to get what he wants.
We've had some hesitant clients before, though.
Yeah, but there was something off about it. He almost sounded afraid.
Maybe he's in debt and he was worried you were a bill collector?
Then why would he answer?
I don't know, man. Why would he be afraid of selling us his crap?
I don't know either.
Don't worry about it too much. I'm sure we're here just to buy some glorified horror movie prop. This old guy is probably just a weirdo.
Hi there, you must be Mr. Foskey.
Please, call me Harlan.
Pleased to meet you, Harlan. Call me Theo.
Well, come in if you can get in. Most of what you'll be wanting is in here, I reckon.
Mr. Harlan, do you have anything else? I don't mean to be rude, it's just that my employer prefers more niche items. Do you have anything that's, strange or macabre or, I don't know, weird?
Well, actually, I do have some oddities in the shop out back.
That sounds perfect. Would you mind if we take a look?
Sure. Go get your buddy.
Theo, come on. We're gonna go check out the building out behind the house. Theo? Theo, you good, man?
Hey, Matt.
Holy shit, dude, don't scare me like that.
I'm sorry, man. That was just too funny. You should have seen your face. You almost jumped out of your skin.
Yeah, comedy gold. Come on, the old man's gonna show us his real collection.
Talk about a little shop of horrors. This is awesome, Harlan.
Yeah, you've got some great stuff in here. What is this thing? It looks 1,000 years old.
That is a brain hook, and it's probably closer to 4,000 years old.
I'm sorry, it's a what?
It's a tool they used in the mummification process to pull out the subject's brains.
Jesus, I'm sorry I asked. That might be exactly the kind of thing Mr. Crane wants, though.
Hell, dude, I want this thing. It's in great condition. Harlan, how did you end up with this?
I don't even remember. I couldn't have told you I had it, to be honest.
Well, we'll bring it around with us then, since Mr. Crane may be interested. But let's keep looking. It's not every day you get to pick through a collection like this. Whoa, Theo, check out this doll head.
Oh, neat. Those porcelain dolls always gave me the creeps.
Yeah, and this one's missing half its skull. Wow, that's really unsettling.
Hey, fellas, Wait, where did you find that?
What, this? It was just sitting here on the table.
That's not possible.
Harlan, what's wrong?
I can't. That's not possible.
Harlan, you okay? Your face is getting really red.
Harlan, calm down. Come on. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get you back inside.
That's not possible.
Yeah, so we ended up having to call an ambulance for Mr. Foskey. I thought he was going to be okay for a while, but then he started telling us a story about the old doll head, and I don't know, it was like he was having a panic attack. He kept trying to refuse emergency services, but we insisted. It was terrifying.
Damn, is he okay?
I don't really know yet. Theo went by the hospital to check on him after we got back here. He said he would call me to let me know.
Why didn't you go with him, Matt?
Because I don't know, hospitals freak me out. I hate being in them.
Good to know for the future, I guess. So, what's the story then? Why was Mr. Foskey so scared of the doll?
It's crazy. You already know he's a collector, but so was his wife. She collected porcelain dolls, of course, for almost 40 years, and she had dozens of them. Harlan said he had always hated them because he felt like they were always watching him. Obviously, he knew that wasn't possible, and Jo, his wife, never said anything about his weird hobbies, so he kept quiet as much as possible. But then he started noticing some strange things about one of the dolls specifically. Can you guess which one? Originally, it was brown-haired with green eyes, wearing a white dress that almost looked like a wedding gown. Harlan didn't even know where Jo had gotten that doll. He told me that he came home from work one evening and noticed it in their bedroom, sitting on their dresser, staring at their bed. Jo never kept her dolls in the bedroom because she knew he didn't like them. When he asked her about it, she said it had always been there. He said that every time he would leave and come back into the room, it would be in a different position. Sometimes, he claimed, it would be in a completely different room. Harlan told Jo about the doll moving. Every time, she would claim that it had always been wherever it was, even if it had definitely never been in that spot before. One time, the doll ended up on the kitchen counter, and Jo swore that's where it had always been. Who keeps a doll on the kitchen counter? At one point, he started trying to take pictures of the doll when it moved so he could prove it to her, but when he'd take the pictures to be developed, they'd just come out blank, just black. Harlan lived with that doll, tormenting him for more than 20 years. He said that at one point he convinced himself it was Jo playing a nasty prank on him, and they argued about it for a long time. But she was so genuinely shocked and hurt by his accusations and anger that he knew that it couldn't have been true. Growing resentment towards the doll caused Harlan to start telling the doll he hated it every time he saw it. That only seemed to increase the frequency of its movements. Once he tried to get rid of it. He took it with him on his way to work one day and threw it in the dumpster. All day at work, he was glad to be rid of it, glad to finally have some peace of mind. When he got home, though, the doll was sitting on the dresser in the bedroom, staring right at him. After that, he gave up. 4 years ago, Jo passed away. It was cancer. Harlan was devastated, of course. 55 years of marriage, and he spent the last 10 of those years watching her slowly wither away. I can't imagine how hard that must be. He spent plenty of time grieving, but eventually decided to clear out her dolls. Most of them he put in storage. There was one specifically which he wanted to give special treatment to. So he took the doll to a shop and he destroyed it. He smashed its porcelain body with a hammer. He took out all of his anger and his grief on that doll, and when he was done, he broke down into tears, half mourning his wife and half gleeful that he'd personally killed the other part of his anguish. When the tears passed, he gathered up the pieces of the doll and put them in the trash, and then took himself to bed. He woke up the next morning to find that doll was sitting on his dresser again. Sort of. It was just the doll's head. The same one we found. But it was on a different body. It stared at him with the one eye it had left, and he could see the hatred in it. It whispered to him, "You hate me, I hate you." The doll repeated the phrase over and over again. "You hate me, I hate you. You hate me, I hate you. You hate me, I hate you." Harlan grabbed it and smashed it into the floor again, but the head didn't break anymore, and it didn't stop whispering, "You hate me, I hate you." He took the doll outside to his fire pit. He threw the still talking head into it and covered it with brush and sticks. The sound of its voice should have been muffled, but Harlan said that even as the fire roared to life, he could still hear the doll plain as day. You hate me, I hate you. Harlan watched the fire burn for a few hours and kept feeding it. Eventually, he said the voice faded into a high-pitched screeching like the sound of a lobster boiling. Once that turned to silence and the flames were dying down, Harlan went to bed again, leaving the smoldering embers to burn away whatever might remain of the doll. The next morning, he came out to check it. All that was left in the fire pit were ashes. Relief washed through him, but it didn't last long. He heard a noise, a clattering, crashing sound coming from his shop. The door didn't seem like it had been damaged or forced open at all, and it was still locked. But he heard the noises coming from inside. He pulled out the key and unlocked the door. He turned the knob, hoping that his reflexes would be fast enough to let him fire his gun first if the intruder was armed too. When the door swung open, he did not expect what he saw. Before him stood a monstrous amalgamation, nearly as tall as the ceiling, made of various parts of the tools and artifacts in his shop. At the heart of the monster was the head of the doll, its single-eyed glare through him, the hatred palpable. It approached him as he unloaded shell after shell into the thing, sending pieces of metal flying in every direction, but none of the bullets seemed to hit the doll's head. It kept repeating its only known phrase as it came closer and closer to him. You hate me, I hate you. The monster's left arm ended with a sawzall, and it brought it down upon Harlan's shoulder, the jagged teeth ripping and cutting through his flesh and bone until his right arm was severed. His arm and shotgun fell to the floor, and he dropped to its knees. Lowering itself, the monster brought its face even closer to Harlan's. You hate me, I hate you.
Oh my god. Then what?
Then he woke up. He said he blacked out after that and woke up in his bed. Both arms were intact. The fire pit only had ashes in it. No noises in the building. He never saw the doll's head again. Until today.
What the fuck?
Hey babe, Theo's calling. I'm gonna answer, okay? Just stay on hold.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Theo, how's Harlan?
He's gone.
No, what? No way.
Yeah, just about an hour after I got here. He suffered a fatal heart attack.
God damn, that's awful.
Matt.
What is it?
Harlan's last words. They were, you hate me, I hate you.
Damn. What the hell?
Matt, please tell me you didn't get the doll head.
Of course I didn't. There was an emergency.
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go home and try to get some sleep.
That's probably a good idea. Good night, buddy. Shelby, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
Mr. Foskey passed away.
Wow. What happened?
Heart attack.
Jesus. That poor old man.
I know. Oh, shit. Hey, babe, Mr. Crane is calling. Can I call you back?
Sure thing.
Hello, Mr. Crane. Oh, yes, sir. It was a very impressive collection. Oh, yes, sir. I think I got something you'll be very interested in. It's a porcelain doll head, but wait till you hear the story behind it.
You hate